Welcome back to Living the Florida Lifestyle, the podcast where we are going to unpack all the trends that are shaping life and real estate on Florida's West Coast. Whether you're here full time, or you're considering a move, or you simply want to understand what's happening in one of the country's most dynamic housing markets, what we've done is designed this to give you clarity, perspective, and some practical insight. I'm your host, Michael Baker. I'm a broker associate with the Baker Global Team and REMAX Alliance Group here in beautiful Sarasota and Bradenton, Florida. And we try to explore every week the topics that matter most to Florida residents, from housing and community growth to insurance, lifestyle, and some local market shifts. What's happening? Today's episode is a big one because there are several forces converging right now. We're hearing a lot of talk nationwide about what's going on with the mortgage department. 50-year mortgages. What are they? What can they actually mean for affordability? Continued turbulence here in Florida's insurance market. Also got the data and what's happening in our area as far as home sales between Sarasota, Manatee, and the entire West Coast. Also, we're going to talk about new construction and how it's impacting our sellers and why. Also, what the holiday season may be more important for buyers and sellers than people are realizing. And if you're looking for honest, fact-based insight to help you navigate this market, you're in the right place. So look, stick around. Let's have a good day. Hey, so let's jump right in. The hot topic everyone seems to be talking about is the possibility of a 50-year mortgage. Coming to our market now is, what is it? Who brought it up? Why is it? It doesn't really matter. The question is, there are people actually in Congress and in government talking about it. Now, it's not a brand new concept. Actually, Japan has already done it. UK has experimented with it. But for us here in the States, especially here in Florida, this is going to be a major shift in affordability strategy and really how you market it. So let's wonder, why is it even being talked about? I mean, affordability gaps in pricing right now are they've outpaced our wages. Even high interest rates are made buying harder. Our younger buyers are delaying home ownership due to the high cost of the homes and high interest rates. The pressure on the lenders to create alternatives. The 50-year mortgage doesn't magically make homes cheaper. I mean, it just stretches out your payment. So the monthly hit is lower, but your interest charge going to be a little bit on the higher side. But then benefits might include the lower monthly payments, a potential to qualify for more of a home. It helps get more of the younger buyers and families who are juggling all sorts of debt, credit card, student loan, get them involved. Some of the downside is rather large. I mean, we got your equity. I mean, it's going to grow a lot slower. You're going to pay a whole lot more in interest rates and interest payments over the life of the loan. You may never be able to fully pay off that home. I mean, it's going to be harder to refinance unless rates drop significantly. And then from a Florida perspective, I'd like to say this: if rates stay high for a while and builders keep raising prices, 50-year loan could become another tool. Not the perfect tool, but it's another tool to use. Now, would I recommend it for everybody? No, absolutely not. But for someone who's maybe needs a stepping stone to stop renting, it may have a place. So what do you think? I'd like to hear from you. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about what's happening. Is a 50-year mortgage rate, a 50-year mortgage right for you? Let me know. We'll be back. Hey, let's move on to the next big challenge. And Florida listeners, you already know pretty much what I'm about to say. And we're dealing with insurance. Now, our insurance market is still one of the toughest in the country. Rates are continuing to rise, anywhere from 17% year over year. Obviously, that's going to depend on where you live, how close you are to the water, and what your zip code is. And what's really causing it? We've got a lot of insurance carriers who have left the marketplace over the last few years. We do have some coming back, which is helping our market, but overall, the reinsurance costs, rising inflation, the making repairs on your home has become more expensive. And when the damage happens, and it has happened over the last year, it's cost more to bring that house or condo back up to standards. We've also had flood map changes affecting our premiums. We've also got a lot of roofs that are aged, very old. That's created a lot more of the insurance companies having to replace roofs. And I also, one of the things I want to getting to that, one of the areas that I kind of want to push back on with the insurance companies, you got a roofer go out into a neighborhood that's had a little bit of damage And instead of trying to fix and do small repairs, they want to replace the entire roof. So they submit it to the insurance company, and the insurance company writes it off. So instead of maybe a $2,000 to $5,000 repair, the insurance company is writing checks for $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 to repair a roof that could have been done very small. And then all of a sudden they're wondering why, okay, now we've got all these new roofs and we've got all these expenses. We have to raise the prices. Well, if they spent more time understanding that the marketplace probably didn't need all the new roofs done, maybe the insurance costs wouldn't have gone up. And that's just my perspective of what I've seen. Now, some of the other things we may have seen, it's our buyer reality is number one shock most out-of-state buyers are finding. It's not really just property taxes, it's the insurance quote. People are coming down here expecting a $4,000 a year insurance, and they're getting quotes for $8, $10, $12, $15,000 a year. So as a homeowner, what can you do to reduce that? A lot of it is it's be proactive. I mean, before you put it on the market or if you've lived in it for a while, get an inspection done. Get the wind mitt done. Find out what if you get roof credits for your roof from your insurance company to lower your costs. If you've got a roof that's fairly new, cut down on some of those expenses. Shop multiple carriers. Don't just rely on your mortgage company to go out there and find you the best insurance quote. Do the work yourself, or rely on your real estate agent who probably has lots of contacts. Because there's a lot of insurance companies out there that are continuing to reduce the prices, and it's tough. So you got to be able to find the right ones, the right companies. So if you shop yourself around, you get a little bit better rates, you save some money. And then you want to get an electrician in there. Take a look at your panel. Make sure you don't have a lot of double tap. You don't have a lot of wires going in, and you're exposing yourself to problems with shortages and shorts and currency, the current moving through the house incorrectly and causing electrical fires and things like that. Just have your house looked at and get it inspected. One time every a few years. I mean, my recommendation is 7 to 10 years. If you've been in the house that long, hey, get it looked at. Make sure that everything's up to par, and you're getting benefit from the insurance company. Because you get that stuff done, the insurance company is going to give you some credits for the most part. And then also make sure your elevation and you're marked in the right zone, man, because FEMA's always constantly changing the zones of especially here in Florida, about what's flooding. And some of the areas they've gone back and looked at. So just want to make sure that your house is zoned properly and you're not getting charged for being in a flood zone when you're really not. One of the things when you try and sell your house, they got buyers coming in. We're seeing a lot of buyers who are taking a look at the house. They're walking away from contracts after they've put the offer in, they've gone all through thing, and then they get the sticker shock from the insurance premium. And that's killing deal. It's also, hey, the other side of it is you get your house insurance and then you move into the house. You also got your car insurance. Our car insurance is a little bit more expensive here in Florida. So yeah, you want to make sure that you get all the benefits and all the discounts you can, and keep that. So you want to make sure that when you're selling your house, you've done the right things for your house to make it easier to sell and easier for the buyer. Last thing you want to do is sell the house and have the buyer walk away at the last minute because the expenses are too high. And now, this is the new normal. This is what we're dealing with now. And so stick it out. We're getting better. Got any questions, or you want to talk about it and you want to talk about where you can get a good inspection? We'd love to talk about it. Drop a note down below. Let's have a conversation about that. And we've got a lot of good, especially here in our area, a lot of good inspectors that we'd like to deal with. So look forward to talking to you. Hey, now let's talk about what's actually happening in our marketplace, our housing market right now in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Our median sale prices they've come down a little bit. I mean, in Sarasota County, we're looking at an 8% drop year over year in October to $440,000, the average price of a home being sold. And here in Manatee County, we're down about half a point down to $462,000. Now you got to remember, in Manatee County, Lakewood Ranch is included that, and we've got a lot of new construction that has probably brought some of those numbers a little bit higher. But overall, what we're seeing is the number of homes that we're starting to see more buyers coming into our market. The number of homes sold year over year in Manatee County is up. Take a look at this, up over almost 37%. And in Sarasota County, we're up over almost 33%. So, I mean, one of the things we're starting to see, though, is houses that are staying on the market for longer periods of time. The sellers have to get more creative to get better exposure, get people to come looking at them to make offers. We've also seen a shift from the amount of houses that are staying on the market. People are taking them off the market. So our inventory is kind of fluctuating a little bit year over year. because people have had them on the market for a period of time. They're taking them off and they're going to let them sit and not sell right away. Just change some of the numbers, how long it's been on the market, things like that. Or just for the last 6 months, the buyers have been harder to find. I like to say we're not in a buyer's market. We're not a seller's market. We're in a market that takes a lot of patience and a lot of creativity in order to get your house sold or to be able to find the right house and maybe get some concessions. As we're getting more and more into what's coming into I think what's going to happen going forward, we're going to see more of a balanced market. Our days on market are going to fluctuate a little bit, and I think we're going to see them average out somewhere in the 30 to 50-day range. Right now in Sarasota County, we're seeing 86 days on market, and in Manatee County, 76. So I think we get those days to come down a little bit, it will start as we start to see things move forward. It'll be good for our market overall. And one of the things we're seeing with the houses that are selling is, hey, sellers, you got to get creative. You want to sell your house. It's not a matter of just sticking a sign in the ground and say, hey, come look, because down here, it's a free for all. There's a lot of homes for sale, and we're competing not only with the homes in your area, in your neighborhood, but we got all that new construction going out east of 75 and north and south. So you have to be more creative with what you offer, maybe helping out with closing costs, helping out more with repair allowances, helping maybe the buyer with a buy down their interest rate. There's a lot of ways to be creative, a lot of way to market that out, and get with your realtor. I mean, we'd love to talk to you about all of our listings, and get with them about how we can make a presentation with get in conversation with our mortgage companies that we work with. Maybe do a presentation of how you can present out your loan, your property, and with maybe do some buybacks and some buy downs on interest rates to help out the buyer. Obviously, the biggest thing is we want to be able to get a buyer through the door who is qualified and get them, and that's where the buyer's agents are working to be able to get the right buyers in the door, qualified, ready to make offers. But you got to be creative of how things go. Listen, the frenzy's gone. We're not crashing. I hear nothing in the media that, hey, the market's crashing. The housing market's going to tumble. I don't see that. We've actually leveled out our pricing. We're not going to see, you see Manatee County less than 1% year over year in a pretty soft market. So we're not seeing the crashing of the market down. What we're seeing is normalization. Finally, homes that are priced right, they're moving. Homes that are overpriced, they're sitting. That's our story. We're going to stick to it. So got any questions, got any commentary? Hey, let me know. Drop a note down below. Hey, if you haven't, hey, we'd love to have you subscribe, share out what you've got, where you're listening to it. Let other people know if you like the content here. Give us a rating, a 5-star rating if you like what you see, what you hear. Hey, come on back. Let's see what's next. And now let's talk about really the giant elephant in the room. What's going on here in our area is the new construction. Now, we've got huge growth going on here in Lakewood Ranch, Parish, North River Ranch, all the way down to Venice and Welland Park. We've got Palmer Ranch has got a lot of new construction, a lot of new communities. And the communities are being built up where they're resort-like, where you've got a lot of families moving in with 55 areas, but they're combining them with a lot of the 55 plus is inside. So, hey, those of us in that age group, we don't have our small children and families living there, but what we do is we have the opportunity to be able to be close to them and separate amenities. But hey, we can use the amenities. We can have our families come down and visit. And so it's a destination point to bring people and your family down here. Hey, kids and grandkids might live in the standard community, and you're close enough where your family and you're entertaining and you're able to enjoy life. And it's not just the kids are up north and you're down here and you're traveling back and forth. Who wants to travel up and north during the winter months anyway? So, hey, get them down here. And the winters down here in our 70, 80 degree weather, which is beautiful. Hey, think about it. I think we had a cold spell a week or so ago and we got down into the 70s. Oops. But maybe a little bit colder. But hey, we're back in the 80s, 60s at night, 80s during the day. For the next 6 months, we've got beautiful weather. And then everywhere you turn here, we got our builders are popping up with the new construction, and you got your choices. And the builders are offering a lot of concessions and opportunities, and they're helping you buy into the homes with interest rate sell downs. So you've got a lot of opportunities, a lot of options. So make sure, and don't go in there blind and say, hey, here I am, let's buy. Make sure you take your realtor with you. One of the things I talk to builders, I'm amazed at how many builders see a buyer's family come in and they're not represented. And the question is, How many houses have you bought, and how many times are you going to buy it from that builder? I can help you out. Our team, we can help you out with the new construction. Go over the contracts, make sure everything works right for you. We can ask for things from the builder. We can help you get things done. We're there the entire time. If you're out of state and the house is being built, hey, we're there to be there the entire time as it goes up, to be able to be your eyes and ears when you're not here. And that's what we're here for. And make sure you get with your realtor, because realtors, hey, we're here to help, not just take. And right now, the biggest thing is the way the builders are doing better than the resellers is, hey, they control the banks. They're able to buy your rate down. We had a buy down the other day with one of our new builds. They got a rate down in the threes, which is great. And so you're not dealing with a whole lot of extra interest rate payments. Now, what we talked about earlier, 50-year mortgages. And now we're talking about just a standard 30-year with interest rates in the threes, and you're getting a brand new home, and your insurance is going to be lower because, hey, they're building it to the new standards. The new standards have got you in a point where you're not your roof's not too old. You're all the construction is today's hurricane standards, so to withstand all the building codes, and that's going to lower your interest rates and your insurance rates. And so now you've got less money that you need to live on, and you can have hey, you can enjoy the sunshine and the beauty stuff that we've got going on. Plus, they're also helping you with cost on your closing costs. So your home is ready. You're moving in. You've got no surprises. You got no repairs. Hey, you're walking in. You're ready to go. And at the same time, sellers, listen up to this. Buyers are comparing your home to that new home. And they're not really necessarily having to negotiate emotionally, whereas it's your home and hey, you raised your kids there. You got a lot of that happening. The builder just built the house up and they're just doing it for financial reasons. They negotiate strictly on math. So you as a seller, take the emotion out of it. Sell your house based on math, not emotion. Your buyer doesn't have the history of that house that you do. They only care about dollars and cents. I know it's hard to take, but it's still your home that you're selling. Once you're out of it, you're out of it. Let's help you sell your home and compete. Think about it. You've been in that home. You know what's going on with it. You know all the repairs that have been happening. You don't know the things that have happened. But you've also, because the house is a little bit older, you might live in an area that has maybe a little bit bigger lot sizes. If you compare the older homes compared to the new communities, you got a little bit more space between the houses, a little bit more yard to play with. If you've been in there a while, you probably don't have a CDD fee. Your trees, your landscaping, you've got a mature trees built, not these single palm trees up here and there that have to grow and they're still being stabled up with 2x4s. The older mature neighborhoods, I mean, you've got your neighbors, you got the established neighborhoods where everybody's been there for a while for the most part. It's a great way to sell your house, sell that way, that might bring in a newer buyer who's looking for maybe it's a little closer to the beach, a little closer to the shopping, the dining, has that character of a neighborhood where people are all been there and they're not just all coming in the neighborhood all brand new and hey, here we are. So it's that might help you as a seller. So that's what we want to do, is be able to help our sellers navigate through this marketplace, help you be more strategic, make sure your house is priced right, make sure it's clean. When we have the pictures done, they present well. Do a video, everybody's doing the aerial stuff, but you got to be able to stand out. Because remember, you're not only competing with the other houses in your neighborhood, you're competing with the builders. So you got to be able to offer some concessions to help, like I said, help buy down that rate for your buyers. So that's what we do. And then dealing with us as the bigger global team here, our goal is to help you be able to market that house. Now, remember, we're not just marketing to people here in our neighborhood. We're doing marketing and advertising up in the Northeast, up in the Midwest, all across the country, overseas. I mean, people are coming here because we are still a destination location. So our buyer may not be somebody down the street. Our buyer is probably coming from another area. So we have to be able to promote and let people know you're there. Remember, you're competing in a price-sensitive marketplace, but we also got to let people know you're here. And every seller who is adapting well to this change in how we're selling, you're the ones who are going to win. Remember, what do you think? Give me a comment down below. Look forward to hearing from you. Hey, guess what's coming up now? We got the holidays. And I tell you what, the mindset that people have when it comes to the holidays is, hey, nobody buys during the holidays. The reality really is holiday buyers are probably the most serious buyers. Think about it. Maybe they're starting a job in January, so they want to be settled in and not have to do that while they're starting a new job. Maybe kids have graduated and they moved out, or they just are tired of living in 6 feet of snow. We'll take the 6 to 8 inches of sand any day, won't we? And so they're relocating to our area. They've got all the decisions they're happening. So when they come down for the holidays, or they come down at Thanksgiving, and they're looking around and they're going, "Hey, this is a great place to live. Hey, let's make sure that your house is presenting, and we get it sold, and we get the right people in there. Make sure you've got your house presented in a way. Think about it. Your house has also got the decorations up, so it's pretty. You've presented it for parties. You presented it for other people to be able to see your beautiful home. That's a great time to get some other pictures, some how the market, how it can look. Bottom line is, let's present your house and not be afraid of it. Hey, take a 30-minute walk out. Let someone come in there, see your home, and fall in love. I mean, obviously you fell in love with it. Let's find out another way for them to fall in love with it, and make an offer. Because if you list now, think about it. If there's a lot of people believe that myth, you're competing with fewer and fewer inventory because people are taking them off. Let's attract the committed buyers. Let's find that buyer that's looking for your home. And honestly, half the calls we're getting for January closing start with someone scrolling through the websites and throwing online for Thanksgiving or Christmas after the kids go to bed. You know what? Let's make that home warm, inviting. Let's get them in there. Let's make some stage it a little bit for the holidays. Make that curb appeal beautiful. Be very flexible with showings. Don't say, "Oh, I've got a party coming up." You know what? We understand that. We're not going to they're not going to, I mean, we do get people from out of town who think that, hey, just because the house is for sale, they could just show up, and we're going to protect you for that. We're not going to just let that happen. But let's not wait. It's not always better. Let's beat that January competition, and let's get the Northerners, when they're here visiting during our beautiful weather. Let's get them involved now. Remember, a lot of corporations are moving out of other states and moving into Florida because we're very good for corporations, very good for the taxpayer. And hey, life is good here. We do get sunshine. And hey, tell me what you think below. Hey, so that's for your full, well, Florida real estate breakdown, Sarasota, Manatee County. We're heading into the holiday season, into the end of 2025. Now, we've talked about today 50-year mortgages, our insurance battlefield, our local market stats, and how to compete with builders. And we also want to talk a little bit about what sellers are needing to know during our holidays. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or just, hey, want to talk strategy, reach out anytime. We're here to talk. We love it. We are the Baker Global team. This has been the Living the Florida Lifestyle. Remember, I'm Michael Baker. I'm a broker associate with the Baker Global team. Thanks for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you very much.